Hello, everyone. I am Faith Godbold from A Touch of Faith. Thank you for watching the replay. Come on in. I'm excited to be back with you today as we are trying something a little different. So, welcome to my kitchen. It is the holiday season, and I thought I would bring you all into my kitchen as we prepare some easy, no bake holiday desserts. And as you're coming in, make sure you say something so I know you're here, whether you're watching live or later on the replay. And if you are watching and this is your first time, go ahead and comment the word new. And after this live is over, I will go back and invite you to become a part of our faith family. If you don't mind, I also love knowing where you're tuning in from. So would you comment your city and state? I love seeing how far our broadcast is reaching. And then finally, I would love to have you subscribe either to my YouTube channel if you're watching over on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that follow button and you can tap the video right now. Tap the three dots, make sure you turn on live notifications. That way, no matter when I go live, whether someone shares this out on their page or not, you'll get the notifications that I'm live. So let's see who we have in the comments. Hey, Mom, how are you? So happy to see you. Tell Miss Gloria I said, hey, I meant to tell you that. I see Donzel is here. Wow, Donzel, you're on vacation. Where are you? That's exciting. I know you're having a great time. Hello, Apple a Day. Welcome. And you're new. Awesome. And I see Ben Davis is here from Florida, Orlando, Florida. Wow, y'all are coming on in so good. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to have you all. Thought we'd do something a little different. I haven't really grabbed every single thing that I'm going to need. However, we're going to do that right now. Oh, you're at home. Well, that's good. That's the best kind of vacation, a staycation, right? I love those. And Finn says, also new. Thank you. Thank you. I was debating whether I was going to change these or not because I had these on earlier and I threw my Christmas shirt on that I made last year. So if you're in the creative circle, we already made this design together. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, so let's see what we're going to create today. I thought we'd make some Oreo balls, and I have to give a shout out to Miss Brandy Love. She is my inspiration. We had these at our holiday party at work. Hey, Leah, how are you? So if she tunes in, she's the reason that I'm actually making these today. Have y'all ever been like that before? Like where you go to a holiday party? Hey, Sister Julia. And someone makes something that's so good, you say you want to make it, because that's what happened to me. And I told her, I said, I need the recipe. And so she told me how to make it. So guess what? This is going to be my first time making it. But I thought I would make it and we do it live and I'll have it ready for Thursday when we have our Christmas dinner. So Finn, I'm not usually a cooking channel. I do love cooking. It's actually a creating channel. I create all sorts of beautiful wreaths and bows and centerpieces and swags. That's the heart of my business, but I do also create other things. And since it's the holiday, I thought we'd do something different. But I did bring some ribbon because I think we're going to have a little bit of time while this is setting up. We're going to make some bows for my kitchen. So I think we're going to do that because I looked around and I said, all my decorations are on the other side of the kitchen. So we're going to add some bows to our cabinets in honor of my mom. My mom always does that. All right. So yeah, all the time, right? Okay, so let's see what we're going to need. I grabbed just a few of the ingredients. So you're going to see me moving around, grabbing things. This is real time, y'all. So it's not going to be like a cooking show where everything's already prepped and done and stages. We're doing this together. If you have any questions while we're going out throughout, just feel free to ask. And I'm going to lower the camera, which means I have to have a device. So let me get my other devices up because I won't be able to see comments otherwise. So I was trying to plan ahead. And let me make sure I can see the comments. There we go. All right, so I'll do it that way. Sounds like Mr. Touch of Faith is home. We were out taking care of some errands earlier. I think I'm going to have to turn my iPad So there we go. I have to turn it so I can see comments. So I'm going to try to prop it like that. And hopefully it'll stay. Should have brought the other stand, but that's okay. All right, y'all. Let me turn off the display so it doesn't lock. And then we will be all set, ready to go. So how are y'all doing today? Who else is doing some cooking or baking for Christmas? Anyone else? All right, there we go. I found it. Ever since this update, things are like in different places now, so I had to go look for it. All right. Hey, brother, how are you? Hello. Is it Jay? Hey, Jay. Green, welcome. All right, so let me lower the camera. And if I miss a comment, Donzel, I'll come back, okay? So let me lower the camera so y'all can see my counter. There we go. Slide this iPad up here. I think I can still read the comments from there. All right, so we are going to need some Oreos. That's going to be the heart of this recipe. So here we go. I have some milk chocolate Oreos, nothing fancy with this. And I'm going to need 9 that we're going to crush and set aside. I've already cleaned my hands. I may pull out gloves too, so we'll see. All right, and I need to crush these. So it says I can use a food processor or a blender. So let's use my blender. I haven't used it in a minute. My favorite blender of all time, y'all, is my Blendtec blender. Let me see if I can show y'all. There's my Blendtec blender right there. Okay. So we're going to place 9. And I'm looking to see if I have a crush setting. I'm pretty sure I do. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I do. And if not, we'll just pulse it up. So this is this like blender that I use to make my smoothie. So we're going to drop in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I haven't had Oreos in so long. Oh, and I was on my brother's show earlier today, the No Shortcuts podcast, and we had a fantastic time on his program. So thanks again, brother, for having me. All right, let me see if I can grab the base, y'all. It's over here on this counter. I've got to move some things around. I have my iPad right there. All right, so let's plug this in. I'm just going to unplug my computer for a second while we do this. Hello, Miss Betty is here joining us on YouTube. Hey, hey. Thank you for being here, Miss Betty. We're going to do something a little different today. All right, so we have our Oreos. Let's make sure our lid is on nice and tight. Okay. And then it just says we're going to crush them. So I'm going to, since I don't see a crush setting other than like crushing ice, and I probably could use that, but I don't know how crushed it's going to get. We might try it. And then if I don't like that setting, I'm just going to pulse it. Okay. So I'm just going to turn it on. And let me just see what this ice crush milkshake button is going to do. Okay. I don't want to turn it into a milkshake though. So if you hear me stop it, that is why. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, look at there. That was pretty good. Mr. Touch of Faith. Hey, all right, y'all look at there. It did it. So that was, I used the Ice Crush milkshake setting, and it says we're going to set these to the side because we're going to use this later. Uh-oh, there's a couple of big pieces still in there. Let me see if I can pulse it again a couple of times. I just used the pulse button that time. I know, isn't it cool? Tim said, nice shoes. I have the camera down. All right, I'm just gonna get like a plastic bowl. Y'all, I keep all kinds of plastic stuff, like paper bowls. I'm just gonna use the paper bowl because I don't like to create additional dishes. I know I could put it in a beautiful bowl, but that's gonna be something I have to wash. So we're just gonna pour it into our bowl here. There's still like there was a little large piece still left, but that's okay. All right, let me get my little scooper out right here. I don't want to wet this. I'm gonna wipe it off. All right, and then I'm just gonna use this to get any remaining cookie out of the jar here. Thank you, darling. You're welcome. All right, so there we go. Got all the Oreos, just like that. I'm just gonna set that there. What do y'all think about that first step? So 9 Oreos, just like that. You can see they're all crushed. And look, there's a little larger piece, but we gotta taste it, right? Oh yeah, good old Oreos. So we're gonna put that to the side. And then now we're gonna crush the remaining cookies to fine crumbs. Okay. And y'all, I do the same way in my kitchen that I do in my craft studio. I clean as I go because I don't like to have mess. So I am making some Oreo balls for our Christmas dinner or dessert for our dinner. And y'all, so far I'm able to see the comments. I don't need my extra device. So I'm just going to turn these off. Then if I need to pull it up, I will. But so far, even with my camera lowered, I can still see. So who has made these before? Who has tasted them? Do y'all know what these are? So I'm just putting these in. And I got this recipe from my coworker. She made these for our holiday party, and they were so good that I asked her for the recipe. New to you, brother? Yep. I think you're going to love them. And you probably can put them on the sticks too, and then they become cake tops. But we're just going to leave them as balls. All right, I'm just going to take the rest of the tray, y'all, and dump it in because it's just a little bit of pieces that remain. So you will use the whole package of your Oreos. All right, never made these before. Donzo, have you tasted them? All right, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to use that ice crush button again. And let me know, did y'all hear the blender while it was going? Or no, was it silent? All right, here we go. All right, I think that went pretty fast. So I'm not even doing it for the whole time that it was calling for. I'm just making sure all the pieces crushed. There's just a few little chunks. Okay, you got Oreos, but not the balls, right? So y'all, this blender is so nice. It also makes, in addition to smoothies, you can do whole juice. You can make sauces, dips, dressings, and batters. You can make soup, syrup, fondues, milkshake, and crush your ice. You can even make ice cream and frozen yogurt. So yeah, it's my favorite blender. If you've ever seen the blenders in Starbucks, it's that same kind. So I've had it for many, many years. Absolutely loved it. If you want the link for it, just comment the word blender and I'll send it to you. All right, I'm going to wipe the counter off. Just a few little crumbs here, not much. Okay, so now we are going to need a large bowl. So let me get big bowl here. And I'll just keep these little Tupperware bowls for things like this. We are going to add our Oreo crumbles to it. And see, I still have a few pieces that look like they didn't quite get chopped. So I'm just going to help it out right quick. And I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just going to chop that with my spatula here. There we go. All right, and then we're going to just rake the rest of this out. If you have a NutriBullet, you probably could use that too to get the same results. All right, y'all, and then I've just got to scrape the rest of this because it's underneath the blade. Let me use the spatula, scoop it up. I know, right? It is. So right now we just have all of our cookies with that good cream mixed in right there, just like so. All right, so you can see it's all mixed like into a powder. Isn't that cool? It gets crushed into fine crumbs there. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to add some cream cheese. And for this, you want to have the block, not the container where you have the spread. So this is going to be 8 ounces of cream cheese. I'm just using Philadelphia brand. And we're going to beat it with a hand mixer. We're going to open this just like so. And it comes right out so nicely, y'all. And if you don't have a hand mixer, you probably could just beat it by hand really well. It's just going to take a little longer. Now, I don't like to throw anything away. So let's get a spoon. See if I have a spoon right here. I'll get a spoon out of the drawer. I'm going to put some of these away while I'm walking over here. So let's get a spoon. I don't want to waste any of it. So I just have a little bit here that I want to scrape off. Okay. All right, and then we're going to use our mixer. So let's grab it. I don't think I've used my mixer, y'all, since last year this time. Probably for the holidays, maybe. I don't know. All right, and I need to plug this in, and then I need to grab the actual mixer part. This takes me back to being a little girl helping my mom in the kitchen, and she would pull out her mixer. Does anyone else use a mixer? You have memories like that? Thankfully, they are exactly where I left them last time I used them. Because you know how it is sometimes when you haven't used something, it's like, where is it? Yep, Mama, this makes me think about you. All right. So now that we have it all together, doesn't say how, like what speed. So I'm not going to go too high, but we're going to just mix it until it's well combined. Okay. I'm just going to turn it on a low speed. And that doesn't feel low, but it's low, y'all. I'm just whipping that cream cheese into the cookies. letting it all just combine. Some of it's trying to fly away out of the bowl. But I'm keeping it in. All right, and then I'm going to hand stir it a little bit because some of the cream cheese is still kind of clumpy. Let me wipe this. I think I'm going to move my iPad out of the way too. I don't want any of it flying over there. So let me use my spoon. Just kind of combine it a little bit more. And I'm just going to kind of take the spoon, mesh it down, just like so. I know, Donzel, they were trying to. I had to catch them. And so some of the crumbs didn't make it into the mix. I'm just kind of using the back of the spoon and just kind of pressing down on those clumps to mix it all in. Now, our next step, we have to chill this. So it says chill. You can do either in the refrigerator for 1 hour or in the freezer for 20 minutes. So we're going to do freezer. All right, see how it's looking now? And it's almost like the cream is making like a little batter. Feels like a sort of the texture of biscuits when I'm making biscuits. And I'm sure some of this is the cream cheese clumps right here. Hello, the Tetra plates. Hello, welcome. All right. And I feel like I can probably get it even better if I were to use my hands, but I think this is good for now. We'll definitely have gloves if we were doing something like that. All right, y'all. So I think we're good. What do y'all think? How did we do? All right, and then I don't want to leave any of that. Just use. Oh, I did have a spoon over here, y'all. I didn't even see it. Look at there. Let's just use this knife. I'm just gonna scrape excess off. Yay, pretty good. All right. Great so far. All right, so that's what we have right here. So we're going to put this in the freezer for about 20 minutes. I'm going to go outside and put this in the freezer because I don't have any room for this dish, I don't think. But let me look real quick. This is what we have. Look at there. All right, so let's see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, well, so let me go do this real quick and we will be right back. So y'all keep on chatting, okay? You have no idea, brother. I love it. All right, y'all keep chatting. I'll be right back. Let me go throw this in the freezer. And you know what? Hold on. I might see if Mr. Touch of Faith can do it. Then we can keep going. Hold on. Minutes, and I was going to put it in the outside. Is that okay? All right, Mr. Touch of Face is going to do it for me, y'all. That way I don't have to go. Let me get a lid for it. All right, so we're going to put a lid on. I'm going to set the timer. Thanks, honey.
Where's this going? Freezer?
Yeah, so the freezer part. Yeah. So let's set a timer for 20 minutes. And then while we are letting that set for 20 minutes, I'm going to set it for about 22 by the time it gets there. All right. So the next thing we're going to need is our cookie scoop. And y'all, I didn't have to get this, but I've always wanted one. So I just bought a cookie scoop. So we're going to go ahead and open this, wash it. We're also going to need some chocolate for the next step. Let me grab the chocolate we're going to use. And I think I'm going to need to order more chocolate because I have one more dessert I want to make, but I'm not making it tonight. All right, so we're going to need both semi-sweet, and I may already have what I need, this chocolate, and then y'all, we're going to use some white chocolate. So I thought we would elevate the dessert and use Ghirardelli. All right, so let's open this thing. All right, so we're going to open this scoop. So who else is doing some cooking for Christmas, or are you going over to someone else's home and you don't have to cook? Let us know. We're taking macaroni and cheese, and I had some that we had for Thanksgiving left over. Oh, y'all, look, this is fancy too, brother. I know, right? Here we go. So that's going to be what we are taking. All right, I'm going to, let me lower or raise y'all up for just a second. I'm just going to wash this right fast. So anybody else preparing anything? And y'all, I love this. If you have never used, this is that power wash, this dish spray. I love that so that you don't have to always use your dish detergent. Have y'all seen that before? I'm just going to wash it off. And I think we're going to need a baking sheet too. And I just bought some new ones because I was going to bake some cookies. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now. All right, so I just rinsed that off. Let's get our new baking sheet. We just ordered. We only need one. Ooh, look how pretty it is, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's that pretty. I'm just using my spray. That way I don't have to even squeeze out the dish detergent. I'm using my brush so I don't have to put my hands in the water. So the good thing is this is not dirty, but you know how you want to just wash everything before you use it. Yeah, those are things I like to do just to save, some steps. But I think I'm going to enjoy these, and they're stainless steel. So I'm going to let this air dry. Then if needed, we'll dry it. We'll finish drying it off. I'm going to leave it right there. And let me get a towel, y'all. We'll do green for Christmas. Hey, Matt, how are you? Going to your grandma's house for Christmas? That sounds fun. All right, let's go ahead and remove our baking or our mixer. What do you call these? They're like mixer stirrers. Let's put this in the sink. We can rip them. I'll be washing dishes after this. And let's put the mixer away. And then we're going to make a few bows while we wait. We'll put this up. That way, keeping everything clean for the most part. We're going to need bowls for our chocolate. And we will line our baking sheet. So I'm thinking we might use either parchment paper or foil. Haven't decided. I might just use foil. Okay. All right, so we got that put away. So let's grab our ribbon. And we're going to turn my kitchen into a craft room for just a minute. A few minutes anyway. I got my bow maker. All right. Lower you all down again. So I thought we'd make some beautiful red and white striped bows because that's going to go with my theme. I have this ribbon on my snowman wreath. I have a snowman Christmas tree in here. So red is my theme, and this is going to also work perfectly right here. So we're just going to make some little miniature bows. And then we'll use our pipe cleaner to tie them off. I don't really need a long piece of pipe cleaner. So I'm going to try to see if we can just cut this when it's time. So nobody else is cooking. Huh? Just me? I know my mom is. She's probably in the kitchen now. All right, so we're going to make just little miniature bows. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail it before we start. And let's think. Let's think about how long I want them to be. I'm not going to make them very long. So let me go ahead and just cut a little tail first. And y'all, I forgot, I really kind of need my glue. So I'm going to go run get my glue. I don't know if I can plug it up comfortably. We'll see. I might just tie it off in the middle. Normally I like to glue, but we'll see. All right, so we're going to have little baby tails. I might make the next set a little bit longer. So there are our baby tails. And then we're just going to make a little small loop on each side. Just like so. And this reminds me of my mom because she always decorated her kitchen with bows. And I thought, you know what? Let's do that. That'll give us a little bit of decoration on the other side of the kitchen. All right, I want to make that a little bit smaller. Just like that. So after we make our first one, then I'll decide if I need to get my glue gun. All right, let's go ahead and tie it off. I did bring some zip ties for that. And I haven't even counted yet to see how many bows we need to make. And we're going to put our little small baby pipe cleaner in as a hanger. Just like so. Pull it tight, trim it down. And then we're going to cut our ribbon. I really think I want my glue I really don't want to tie this around. Yep, so I think let's plan to get the glue. I'm going to go grab my glue real quick. But what do y'all think? There's our little miniature bow. Look at that. Yep, we have options. All right, y'all hang tight. I'm going to go grab the glue real fast. All right, I almost feel like I need an extension cord because everything's on the other side. I grabbed 2 more tools and I grabbed some of my Loctite too in case I don't want to wait for this first one. All right, so the glue's on that side because that's where the plug is, y'all. Let's just put it there for now. All right, so let's see. If for this first one, I might just use this other glue. So did y'all share where you're tuning in from? Because I see lots of new names tonight. Thank y'all for being here. Let me see if this is going to come out. I've been using this for all kinds of projects. So this is the I don't want to wait to glue the first bow. Let's at least finish the first bow and hopefully it will be it'll come out strong enough for us. And I may need a slightly longer pipe cleaner, so we're about to see. We are about to see, y'all. I'm just putting a little bit, and it's glitter, so I can't tell if it's come out. Okay, there it is. I saw it. So I'm just covering the middle. Being careful, though, because I don't want my fingers to get stuck there. So I may end up re-gluing the center of this one once the glue gun heats up. Let's trim that off. And first bow is done, y'all. Look at there. And let me test it. Yeah, I think I need a little bit longer on the pipe cleaner. So I think I'm going to do it in thirds. All right, so that's going to be my tester bow. I'm going to leave that one up there. So let's get another pipe cleaner. Thank you, Donzel. All right, so let's see. Let's cut it into about 4-inch pieces. That way I can get a little bit longer. If I have to go halfway, we will. All right, so let's make another one. Our timer is on, about 8 minutes left. And it won't hurt to leave it in for a little bit past that. All right, so let's see how we do this time. So we're adding in just our little baby tails, just like so. And then we're going to make some loops. And I love decorating with bows at Christmas, y'all. It's a real easy way to dress up your home. So very affordable way. You don't have to take a lot of energy, effort, and you can store them until next year. So that's the beauty with bows. All right, let's go ahead and tie it off. Add my pipe cleaner so I have a way to attach it to the cabinet. And I think that's long enough this time. And hopefully the glue is ready. Let's trim this off. Just like so. And we're going to use just a little piece to cover. And I feel like the last time I did this, I even turned it the other way. So I'm just going to turn it this way. I don't really need a large piece. Yeah, there we go. I like that even better. All right, we're about to test the glue. Let's see if it's ready. Yay, it came out, y'all. Woo-hoo. I was like, come on, glue, be ready. Because in my studio, I usually just keep it plugged in so that whenever I need it, it's ready to go. I don't have to even worry about heating it up. So just like that. Our bow is finished. And then let's try putting it on the cabinet and see how it's going to look. That way I'll know if I need to adjust anything. And look, it matches my nails, y'all. How about that? My nail polish is still holding strong, and it's been over a week now. I think a week and a half. All right, so there is our bow. Pull that just a little bit. Look at there. What do y'all think? All right, so let's try it. So what I'm thinking is I just want to add the bow right there to the knob of my cabinet. Now I have also added a ribbon where you can have ribbon coming down the middle and make your cabinets look like packages. You could do that as well. I'm just going to add the bow right here. Just give it a couple of twists. Just like so. And then I'm going to fluff it up. And look at there. Oh my goodness. What do y'all think? You like that? So just like that, we add a little bit of Christmas on this side of the kitchen. Y'all think we can whip out the rest real quick? Let's see how many we can do. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 if I do all. Let's do the lowers first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's see how many we can do. And I think I'm going to kind of go ahead and cut my strips and have that done. Because I like to do things like an assembly line. You like that, Donzel? Me too. So let's kind of do it in an assembly. So we're going to go ahead and get all of our strips. Because if this were an order for a customer, this is what I would do. Go ahead and get all my strips ready. And I could also do this since I already have one. I can just measure and cut. I even have like ribbon boards that I've made that measure a certain length that allow me to go ahead and just quickly cut and not have to really measure. Mama, I know, right? I thought we could knock this out while the dessert is in the freezer because it said you had to chill it for an hour in the fridge, or you could do 20 minutes in the freezer. So let's see how many that is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's start with that. So let's go. Let's go. So yeah, we're doing something a little different, right? Had to make it fun for the holidays, not our average life. And these are things that I wanted to get done anyway. So I said, you know what? We're going to do it on the live. And I have to be honest with you, I really haven't even finished our tree yet because our decorations are in the attic. And my husband just finished work yesterday. And I kept forgetting to ask him to go up and get them. So I don't know if I even want to put them up at this point. I was thinking I might. I did put the topper on the tree, but I might just leave it as is and we enjoy the lights. Miss Betty's on Facebook. Look at you, Miss Betty. So yeah, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to decide soon. Probably I have decided. I will go ahead and say that. But if I do anything else to it, I mean, it would be because we keep our tree up like into January. All right, we'll come back and finish it off in just a second. But yeah, I just think this year I was more into relaxing and enjoying my time off and finishing orders early because normally I don't. And I'm always still working. And it's been nice just to have time. So I'll be honest. Hey, Michelle, I've actually been cleaning up. That's really what I've been doing, Donzel. I had stuff I wanted to clean up. So I've been like reorganizing my studio because we put another TV in there because that TV was just going out. Like it wouldn't even pull up anything. It was so old. So really, that's the real reason why I didn't get to do it because I was cleaning and taking care of other things. But the tree itself is still beautiful. I'll still show it to y'all because the lights are amazing. I do have a big bow topper that I made at the top of the tree. Michelle, how are you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. It's been a minute. I'm happy you're here today. We are cooking in my kitchen, and that's why I'm making bows in the kitchen. Yeah, y'all are right. So I can still enjoy it, right? I do have some close family friends or friends who are like family who are supposed to come over during the holidays. So I was trying to get things done for that. Uh-oh, there's our timer. All right, so we'll get that in just a few minutes. Hubby's playing his game right now, so I may not go out in there and bother him. Well, it's not a bother, but interrupt. Because he's enjoying his downtime, finally. That's what we've both been looking forward to. Just not having to go into work makes a difference. And having time off. And y'all, I think we're going to make as many as I have zip ties for. Oh, and guess what? I've got to make some more of those little cuts on the pipe cleaner. So let's cut another one. There we go. Yeah, so he's kind of relaxing right now. He'll go get it, though, if I ask him. He doesn't mind. But I try to be, respectful of his time off, too, especially if he's doing something he's enjoying. Y'all, I'm whipping out those bows. That was 3. So let's knock out a few more. Let's do 2 more, even if we don't make them all right now. I'll at least get this side. Let's see, 1, 2. Oh, I said I was not going to worry about the uppers, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6, and I'll do the uppers after. Because I want to finish off our dessert if possible. Because that's most important. The bows I just threw in because I knew we had some time. I was like, what can we do while we're waiting? Oh, I want some bows. Okay, brother. Have a good night. Tell Isaiah hello. Okay, I thought that was about to be a dud at first because it wasn't letting me lock it. All right, just trimming this up. My YouTube people, y'all still good over there? All right, we'll make this the last one since that's the last tie that I have ready to go. And if you need any bows, y'all know you can always check the website. The link is on your screen. You can also comment the word shop and it'll take you right to the website. I'll send the link to you. Okay, it's good. Got it. Okay. Oh no, you have the flu. I sure will be praying for you. Hey, Miss Trina, you made it. How are you? I definitely will be praying for you. I feel like I'm just getting over what I had. It was like a cold. I don't know what it was, but I didn't have to go to the doctor, although at one point I was ready to, but it felt like a cold. It was just like a lot of phlegm and all that stuff. All right, y'all. So I think that's 6. Oh, tea and chicken nuggets. Sister Julia, is that what you are eating? I missed what you said earlier. I just saw that comment. But yep. Okay, thanks, Donzel. You helped hold it down over there. You know what? I put that up too fast because I need my little pieces to cover. We'll just use this one. All right. So now we're just going to cover our center here. And I feel like this feels a little longer. Did I fold it? Well, no, I think I folded it the same way. I don't know. The other one fit perfectly, so I don't know what I did differently. I'm not sure, but it's okay. We'll just cut that excess off. Careful not to burn myself. There we go. And if you were to order bows, y'all, this is how I would make your bows. Nice, beautiful bows just like this. Thank you. Donzel is wishing everyone on Facebook a happy holiday. I'm checking in. All right. So there's bow number 2. Look at there. So we're just placing them right there as we make them. So what are your plans for Christmas? Is anyone traveling for Christmas? Are you hosting Christmas? We'll be going to my hometown, to my parents' house. I'm excited to see the family. We always have a great time when we get together. Oh, thanks, Miss Trina. I wanted to make some of these for my kitchen. And we're also making a dessert. So while the dessert is in the freezer, we are Redeeming the time, as my mom says. And I love this ribbon. It's very festive. You can't go wrong with the candy cane look, right? And it matches my decor that's already in here. So we're just adding some bows. Yeah, just adding some bows, right? Love it. All right. I think I was supposed to have done 6, but that's okay. We might do the other one later. Yeah, mom is hosting Quiet with your daughter and grandchildren. Awesome. I love that. And this is the time of the year where I love to play my Christmas music. So I've been riding around with that in my car, listening to my music. Thank you, whoever just asked for the link. Thank you, thank you. All right. So after the live, if you're interested in the link to the blender, comment the word blender and I'll shoot it over to you. I don't have it set right now where it'll send it, but I will send it to you. And I'll even send you the recipe. If you want the recipe for the Oreo balls, just comment. Let's see. Comment the word recipe and I'll send it to you. Mom, what are you making? I figured you were. Is Aunt Flo helping you? Tell her hello and thank her for me. Because that used to be me, y'all, before I got married. And when I was still at home, or even after I had moved like away because I had already like graduated, got my own job, my own place to stay. That would be me on Christmas Eve and the day before helping my mom. So I always like to thank my aunt for being there to help her, because when you are hosting and you have people coming over, or even just cooking in general, it's a job. It's a lot of work. So I'm thankful to my mom for doing all that for us. All right, one more, and then we're going to get the Oreo balls out of the freezer. We'll make these later, so I'm going to save that ribbon. I should have made one more so you could see the whole back done, but it's okay. Maybe I will go ask Mr. Touch of Faith to get it. That way I don't have to go out there and I can stay in the kitchen. If he can get to a stopping point. Oh, okay. Is she coming over later? That sounds delicious. All right, y'all. We're going to hang the rest of these. Let's see. You can't see these 2 cabinets, so I won't worry about those. And I'm not going to get on the ladder right now. So we'll do those later. All right, he's going to grab them so we can keep adding our bows. So here we go. Okay, tomorrow. That's good. That'll be in perfect time. I had to fix the tail on that one. All right, so let's add the rest of our bows. I'm just adding them to the cabinets here, just to show you how you can decorate with bows. And it doesn't interfere with opening the cabinet at all. I'm just twisting it and then fluffing up the loops. Look at there. Who knew all those years my mom did this, that I would then turn around and add bows to mine. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that amazing that we can do this together? Okay. Can y'all see that over there? I can't zoom in on this camera. All right, let's add our next one. Okay, just like that. What do you think, Abby? Love it. All right, let's see. Add another one. And they're just going on so nicely there. Mom's kitchen is smelling good, Miss Trina. Thank you, darling.
That right, Sam.
Yeah, it's probably even bigger, but that's perfect. Thank you. All right, y'all. So it's been in the freezer for 20 minutes. Let me wash my hands and we're going to finish these up real quick. All right. Y'all have any questions about anything? How did the boats look? Hope y'all can see them from here. I'm going to add the chew to the top after the live, and then I need to do the other side over here. So I think I have one left, and then I'll need to make, let's see, 1, 5, 7. I need 7 more. Hey, Miss Keisha, how are you? All right, y'all. So hopefully we are doing a great job with everything. Let's move everything that was craft related out of the way. I don't want that here. And before we even do that, let me clean the counter. Thank you, Miss Trina. I think so too. Okay, now we're ready. All right, so let's get our mixture. And I guess I need to go ahead and get my pans that we have air drying. Yes. Oh, that's okay. I will tell him that, Miss Betty. I sure will tell him you said hello. All right, let's use some foil. We're just going to use this big foil here. All right, so we're going to use our scoop, a cookie scoop. Thank you. I'm glad they turned out great. All right. Trying to optimize my viewing here for y'all. Okay. So we are going to form these into little balls. I think I do want to use gloves. Just in case. And hopefully the texture is exactly what we need for it to be. So we're going to end up gathering about 2 tablespoons full. So if you don't have a scoop, you can just measure out about 2 tablespoons full. And y'all, this is my first time using a cookie scoop, so let's see if I like it. And I might have it a little bit full. Uh-oh. And hopefully it will all come out nicely. So that got stuck a little bit, so that's why I'm glad that I'm using the gloves. And this one might be a little large. Let me take some of it off. As you can kind of tell about what size you want. And I'm just making sure that it's forming into that round ball, just like so. So I may not even use that scoop. We'll see. All right, so there we go. So the scoop is just kind of helping you measure it. Probably could have just done without it, but that's okay. Trying to get them about the same size and see what size I want. You can also roll them. This is coming back to me when I used to make other desserts. I hadn't done this in a long time, y'all, where I would roll things. Look at the little crumbs. I don't want to leave anything behind. So about that size. And I don't know how many this is going to yield yet. So that's going to help me in a minute determine how far I need to spread them out. But so far that freezer worked to just allow it to set up and take shape. And you can already tell it's going to taste delicious. I mean, you could eat it like this. What do y'all think? This is Oreo balls that we're making. You know, I can't really say that I did, Donzel, but I do remember like getting like the ice cream, like the cookie dough ice cream. I guess it's probably the same. So we are making some Oreo balls. I'm taking this for our Christmas dinner to go with it for dessert. And I was inspired by my coworker. She made them for our holiday party at school, and they were so good. I asked her for the recipe. So this is my first time making them, y'all. But as you can see, I mean, it's easy to make. And I don't remember how many it said this would yield, so I may go a little smaller. Just testing out to see what size. Mom, you can't wait to taste it. So I went a little smaller on this one because I feel like if I keep all those large, I'm not going to have as many. So I want to have a lot of these. So I'm going a little bit smaller. That one feels too small. And I might reshape the first few, or I might leave them large. We'll see. Probably leave them. So if nothing else, the scoop just kind of helps you be consistent. That's what I will say. But did you eat cookie dough yourself? Oh, okay. You had them for Thanksgiving. They're delicious, aren't they? And that cream cheese, I mean, it's holding everything together. And then I'll probably transfer them to a like a Tupperware dish. And I might be getting ahead of myself doing it this way, but I thought I wanted to go ahead and get them all made before we start dipping them in the chocolate. And it says chill until firm. And we might put them back in the freezer maybe for that step. Because you do want them to have that hard texture. So y'all can see I was very generous in the beginning, and then I started going a little bit smaller. And I'm shaping them over the bowl so that the little crumbs don't fall on my pan here. But yeah, you could totally eat this now. I mean, it would be so decadent. You don't even have to do the next step. And I'm tempted to taste it, but I want to wait. But I know it's going to be so good. So I'm almost doing like an assembly line with this. I want to get this step done. But I guess if you wanted to do them individually, you could. But I want to go ahead and get all mine made up. I feel like that episode of I Love Lucy. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The one when Ethel and Lucy were on the assembly line. They were doing this, making, was it cookies? Whatever it was, or candies. And the machine was going so fast that they had to tuck them in their hat. Who remembers that episode? It was a funny episode. All right, y'all, I'm going to tighten these up a little bit. I'm just adding a little bit more in my hand. Just kind of doing my own thing now that I kind of know about what size I want. Yeah, that was a funny episode. And they couldn't keep up. They were stuffing them in their mouth, stuffing it in their hat. And the machine was going so fast. Okay. So right now I'm about quantity. I'm trying to get more, like yield more. I'll look back at the recipe in a minute and see how many it's supposed to yield. I'm going to slide these over just so I can get a few more on here. And I'm even going to go closer together. And I think I'm going to redo the first row and get some smaller ones from it, I think. Because I want to have a lot of these. I mean, they're going to taste so good. I don't want them to be gone in the first, couple of bites. That was a good show. They don't make shows like that anymore. Yeah, I like to have my gloves, y'all, because sometimes you just never know. Certain things like the Oreo balls, when I make biscuits. And I'm even thinking, I haven't made in a long time, but like meatloaf, things like when you have to involve your hands. If I have gloves, I prefer that. That way you can just continue to work. You don't have to worry about your hands and feeling like you got to clean them. But look at how they're building up so nicely. And if you're watching on YouTube, this is what I'm doing. Look at there. I'm turning this into a little ball, just like that. And I'm doing it over the bowl so that the little crumbs don't fly away. Yeah, absolutely, Donzel, because that's what I want when we like have dinner. And I'm making another dessert too. We won't do that one tonight. I'll tell you about it though. But yeah, I want people to be able to enjoy. I don't want it to be like they have one or two and then they're gone. So far it looks like I'm going to have 24 because I'm making them smaller. Then I'm going to redo the first 4 just so I can get even more out of the 8 that I made, because that, if I leave it, that's 32. We're almost down to the end of the bowl, y'all. One of my aunts is making a squash casserole. That's absolutely my favorite. I love it. So I can't wait. And then we're going to have turkey and dressing. Good food, right? Just good country eating food. Soul food, I guess that's what I should say. All right, so let me go ahead and pull part of that one off and make it smaller. I think I went too small when I did that. There we go. I'm making the original one smaller right quick. And when you make yours, you might make them a little larger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're going to be gone fast is what Miss Trina is saying. I know I'm going to have to say, enjoy all of the desserts. Check out the other desserts too. All right, these weren't super big, so as I'm making it small, I don't want to make them too small. All right, but I know like that first one, look at that one. Y'all know I made that one really big. Let me pull some more of that one off. And I still have a little bit left in the bowl. So it's not like we're done yet. Thank you to whoever asked for the link. Thank you. Because remember, I would have only had 32 had I not reshaped the larger ones. So let's see how many we will end up with. Okay, I think I'm up to 36 now. All right, I'm just going to grab what's left in the bowl here. That's right, while they last. We're going to see how I'm going to do this next step because we're going to add the chocolate, y'all. So we have the brown chocolate and the white chocolate. And I think next time I make this, I may not use as many Oreos for the topping because that's what the original Oreos, remember I set some aside. That'll give us more. You could also put sprinkles on top so you don't have to add the Oreos across the top. So I might get some more cream cheese and turn the rest of that into some Oreo balls too. That's what I'm thinking I might do. All right, y'all, almost had enough for 42. So that's better, right? I was going for quantity here. So we made 41. All right, so let me take my gloves off. Look at there, y'all. How did we do? What do you think? Look at there. All right, so now that we have that done, we're going to need 2 bowls for our chocolate. Initially, I was thinking we could use our measuring cup for a bowl. Let me see. I had some plastic bowls over here. I'm just going to use these bowls. That's what I see. That way we'll be able to see what we're using. So I just have some glass bowls. Let me wipe them out. I'm going to move these over for just a second. So we have glass bowl, glass bowl. And let's see. I wonder how much of this, because I think we only need about 8 ounces. So we're not going to use all of it. All right, so let's just do half, maybe. I don't know. I'm just measuring some out. And if we need more, we can always melt more. And let's see, melting directions for the microwave. Says for 1 to 1 1/2 minutes. But I'm not doing all. So I'm just going to do like 30 seconds to see, and then we'll put the white chocolate in. Okay, so let's heat this up. And actually, I'm going to do 15 seconds because I don't even want it, to get super overheated. And if y'all haven't had the white chocolate chips, y'all, oh my goodness. I mean, these are so delicious. I have another recipe that I'm going to be making that has these. And when I tell you they are so delicious, oh my goodness. All right, so 15 didn't do anything, so I turned it up to 30. And then we can use our same spoon to stir. That's right over here. Y'all enjoying this? All right, y'all, so I guess I couldn't do the minute because that didn't do anything either. So let's do another 30, and I went ahead and added 30 more, so it's a minute. I probably can heat both of them together, but we'll wait. And then what we're going to do is we're going to alternate. We're going to do some chocolate, the dark chocolate, and some with the white chocolate. And I wonder if I know where my funnels are. Or you know what? I can use this. This is what I use when I have to powder, like put powdered sugar. So I think we'll use that when we get ready to add the top layer of the cookies. All right, let me check the chocolate. Oh yeah, it hasn't even started melting. So we're good. So that minute and a half would work no matter how many you use, I think. And we're getting a lot done too, aren't we? I mean, we got our bows made, making dessert. Oh yeah. And this says you can use a fork, but I think, y'all, I'm going to use a toothpick. I don't know. I just felt like a fork might be a lot. So I grabbed a toothpick. And then we'll see how this works. Still melting. And I keep checking on it in the microwave. All right, I think that's good. So the cooking directions for the chocolate says continue heating. It says stir until the bowl no longer feels warm. Ooh, look at there, y'all. And that might not be enough chocolate, but we're going to start there. Yeah, she used toothpicks too. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm on the right track. Let's get another spoon. Because I didn't want to use a fork. The fork felt like it just sounded like it was going to be too much. But here's what we're going to do while we're waiting on that one to heat up. So we're going to literally just take our Oreo ball. I'm going to slide this over. We're going to dip it in the chocolate. Uh-oh, it's coming off, though, with the toothpick. So maybe that's why they say fork. I don't know. I'm going to try to get it out carefully. Ooh, look at there. That seems like a lot of chocolate, but I think it came apart a little bit. So see how I did it with the toothpick? Right there. And I don't know how I'm doing this yet, y'all. I'm just picking them up. So maybe I didn't go in far enough. But I almost feel like I have to release it to cover it. Uh-oh. Y'all, mine's coming apart. I'll try to grab it. You know what? The chocolate, I wonder if the chocolate's too hot. It didn't say I needed to wait. It just said the bowl. So maybe, you know what? I might need to wait. Let me let that cool off a little. Maybe that's what that meant when it said until the bowl doesn't feel warm anymore. Okay. Let me get that other bowl. I'm going to put that toothpick right there. Let's put it here. And I think I'm going to need another toothpick, right? So we don't want to mix. Get another toothpick. And if this doesn't work, I will switch and get a fork. I don't know, maybe the fork might be stronger. Let's see. Just get a baby fork like that. Fork. I don't know. This is my first time, so I'm trying all kind of things. All right, but I do want to do this real fast. So this is what I was thinking, y'all. Like I would like shake some of the cookie crumbs like that and then just sprinkle them on top. Just like that. So we're going to have plenty of cookies left over. Hey, Miss Leah. Filling them again probably would help, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think you're right. That's a great idea. Okay, let me see if hubby will put them back in the freezer. This is white chocolate. I'm going to do maybe, what, 5 minutes? Let's see if we can do 5 minutes. It did, but now the next step, they're coming apart a little bit. You want to see what I'm doing? Okay, y'all, so hubby's going to do that for me. So let's try one more, and I'm not going to keep y'all, and I'll come back with a video of this, but let me just show you real quick because I'm going to have to heat this back up before he takes them. So let's see what the fork does. Oh, the fork did better. So I'm dipping it in. Oh, but see, it's starting to come apart right there. So I almost feel like I have to roll it around. But I do agree with you that probably chilling it is going to help. So let me just scoop this one out of the chocolate. Yeah, so we're going to cool these off a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and do a picture to show you what this ends up looking like. I just want to go ahead and sprinkle that one. Okay. All right. Hubby's going to put it in the freezer for me. Thank you, darling. Uh-huh. So y'all, we did it, didn't we? And there's a piece in the bowl that I want to taste. Thank you, Donzel. Look, there's a little piece in the bowl I'm going to taste because it's right there staring at me. I'm just going to use the toothpick because I think I'm going to try the fork. I don't know. Can't hardly get it up. All right. Look at there, y'all. Ready? Mmm. Oh my goodness. That is so, so delicious. So thank you, Miss Leah, Miss Trina. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Let them chill a little bit longer. I'm going to set the timer. I'm thinking about 10 minutes. Yeah, you're right. Anything with cream cheese, right? So I'm going to do about 10 more minutes. And then I'll come back. I may do a little picture and a little video to show y'all what it ends up looking like. But in the meantime, look at those bows. Now, I'm not going to do bows on the lowers. I just did the uppers. And I'll come back and get those two. And then there are two right here that I need to finish. All right, y'all, we did it. So what do y'all think? Did y'all enjoy this live today? I hope you did. And I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas because this will be the last time I'll see you live before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas to you and your family. I pray that you all are blessed and that you remember the real reason for this season. Yeah, we had an extra long live, didn't we? All right, before we go, let's check our stats because it is Tuesday. So let's go over to YouTube and let's check our stats. We'll do it real quick. I'm not going to keep you much longer. All right, y'all. Can we clap? It looks like we have 1,080 subscribers. So can we clap? Woohoo! I am so excited. Thank you all so much for being here. Woo-hoo. All right, so we will be back hopefully Saturday. And we'll see what we're going to do Saturday. But I have enjoyed this with you. I am going to finish making our bows. So I have just a few more of these to hang. Thank you, Miss Leah. So I'm going to finish our bows while I'm waiting on that timer to count down. And then check back on my page. I'll post it both on Facebook and on YouTube so you can see the finished result. But yes, we already know they're going to be delicious, right? All right, do y'all have any questions or anything before we head out for tonight? And hubby is hungry, so I'm hungry too. I'm going to hop off this live. And you know what? I think I'm going to let those sit, eat dinner, and then I'll finish them up. That way I can really make sure they're chilled and cooled, firm, ready to add the chocolate and the white chocolate. I will just reheat that up. But yeah, that won't be a problem if needed. And I may not need to. And that probably also was what was causing it to crumble because it was too warm. So I probably should have let it cool. And had I known that, because this is my first time making it, I could have gone ahead and heated it up, probably while they were chilling. So that way the next step, it's not warm anymore. Because remember it said that the bowl should not be warm. So for those of you who ever tried this, while you are waiting for your Oreo balls to set up, if you do the 20-minute route like I did, while that 20 minutes is happening, go ahead and prepare your chocolate sauce. And I think that's going to make it even better. So I can't wait to tell you all about it. All right, now let me plug this computer in. I don't think it's going to die, but I don't want it to end alive without me ending it. So hang on, let me plug this in. I had it plugged in earlier before I put the blender on. All right, I think that's it. So have an amazing rest of your night, and always go out, look for something good, because when you find that something good, you know you have found God. And remember, God's got me, God's got you, and we've got this. Merry Christmas, everyone. I love y'all so much. See you all soon. Bye.